Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Jazz Month. Now, last week, we reviewed Frank Sinatra's 1959 album, No One Cares. Now, this week, we'll be switching gears just a little bit. Instead of covering a classic big band jazz album, we're going to cover a classic hip-hop jazz album. And that album is The Low End Theory, the seminal LP from legendary New York rap group, A Tribe Called Quest. Now, this album was responsible for opening a whole new lane in hip-hop, one that fully embraced jazz and conscious lyrics, and really made people pay attention to the music coming out of New York. So join me as we dive into our review of A Tribe Called Quest 1991 classic, The Low End Theory. Number 1. Excursions. Back in the days when I was a teenager, before I had status and before I had a pager you could find the abstract listening to hip-hop, my pops used to say it reminded him of bebop. What a dope fucking way to start the album. Q-Tip kills this track, both as an artist and a producer. Tip goes solo on this one, and we're off to a great start. 10 out of 10. Number 2, Buggin' Out. That bass, man. It builds so much tension in the beginning of the track and never loses momentum when the rest of the song's elements come in after the first few bars. Five Dog starts this one off, and he and Q-Tip kill it on the verses. This one will have your head nodding nonstop. Great lyrics, great production, 10 out of 10. Number 3, Rap Promoter.
To the effect of nothing, effective fronting.
Now, this one is a bit shorter, clocking in at just a little over 2 minutes, with Q-Tip going solo once again without Five Dog. Not quite as good as the first two songs, but only by a little bit less. It's still good enough to listen to when spinning the album, and again, it's the bass line that really shines here. I give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Number 4, Butter. This beat is so sick. Unfortunately, in my opinion, that's all it has going for it. Fife goes solo on this one, and that highlights the issue that I've always had with Tribe. And I mean this in the nicest way possible. But Fife on his own isn't that great of a rapper. Now, this is just my opinion. I know a lot of people think he's a legendary MC, and he is. Don't get me wrong. But he really shines best when he has this back and forth interplay with Q-Tip on the verses. As far as Tribe's music, I can't speak for whatever solo music he's done. I've never listened to any of it. But in Tribe, when he's solo on tracks, it's just never quite as good as when him and Tip are doing the back and forth thing. They bring out the best in each other, I think. But the bottom line is that, in my opinion, I find that Q-Tip can hold an entire track on his own. Fife, not so much. Now, that's not to take anything away from him talent-wise, but that's just my honest opinion. But ultimately, Tip's production really saves this song for me. What a great beat. I give this one a 6 out of 10. Number 5, Verses from the Abstract.
Busta Rhymes, in effect.
As you can tell by the title, this is once again a solo Tip track, and he does a decent job, both on the rapping and the production. That scraggly electric guitar in the melody is sick, but this overall is not my favorite track thus far. It's still good enough. I give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Number 6, Show Business.
Let me tell you about the snakes, the fakes, the lies, the highs.
This song is alright. Some parts are good, some I don't find that appealing. The production is just okay on this one, nothing special. It's rather rudimentary actually, with the hook being the real standout section of the song, both instrumentally and vocally. I give this one a 4 out of 10. Number 7, Vibes and Stuff.
Let me flaunt the style. I think that the times meant that we...
The sample used is dope. It's a tad bit repetitive, but overall it works here ultimately. Lyrics and flow are decent as well. Nothing exceptional on this particular track, but nothing particularly detrimental to the song either. I give this one a 5 out of 10. Number 8. The infamous Date Rape. This one is really sick. When I saw the title, I wasn't sure what the hell to expect. I mean, look at the title. But this song is fucking ill. Tip and Fife both kill it on the verses. And I mean, Fife really kills it here. And the beat is probably my favorite on the album thus far. It's really dark and heavy, but still really jazzy at the same time. I could completely, totally hear Drez from Black Sheep on this with Tip and Fife. Missed opportunity, but it's what it is. I give this one a 9 out of 10. Number 9. Check the Rhyme. This song needs no introduction if you know anything about Tribe and 90s hip-hop in general. And if you were around in the 90s, then this song speaks for itself. Just like a few more songs that will follow shortly. You play this song and watch everyone start to get down with the jazzy sound of that bouncy horn melody atop those thumping drums and bass. This is a perfect example of how dope it can sound when Tip and Fife interplay with one another, masterfully going back and forth with one another during the verses. Once you hear this song once or twice, it becomes very easy to remember the lyrics, and you'll likely find yourself rapping along to it during future listens. 10 out of 10. Number 10. Everything is Fair. Fuck this song. Oh my Christ almighty, is that vocal sample fucking annoying as all fucking hell. Especially in the beginning before the drums drop. Dear God. The rest of the song is just kinda there. Some lines from Q-Tip are alright, but overall, I'm too distracted by that goddamn fucking sample. This song is not this album's shining moment. 0 out of 10. Number 11. Jazz. My number one favorite Tribe Called Quest song. Now, I remember when I first heard this back in 2004 during BET's Top 25 Music Video Countdown show on Saturday afternoons, where they would have different artists of the time come on as guest hosts, and they would curate a list of their top 25 rap and R&B music videos from years past. And this was around 2004, 2005, like I said. That I believe that's when they did it. I think they still did it in 06, but I'm not sure. But I digress. I used to record the show to a blank VHS tape and play it during the week when I got home from school while waiting for Rap City and 106 & Park to start. Everything about this song is perfect. The lyrics, with the laid-back cadence and flow from both Fife and Tip, along with the ultra-smooth production from Q-Tip. I mean, I can't praise this song enough. 10 out of 10. Number 12. Sky Pager. The percussion and bass on this one are good, and overall, this song it's pretty dope. It's a rather interesting approach to some lines during Fife's verse that I really like and actually stood out as the focus point of the track for me. I don't know what else to say. Tip kills it like usual. Good production. 8 out of 10. Number 13. What? Another one of those songs where all I can say is fuck this goddamn shit. This song can burn in hell. 0 out of 10. Number 14. Scenario. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. Another one of the group's biggest songs. This was also the track that introduced the world to the legendary Busta Rhymes, who completely slays everyone on this song. Seriously, this should have just been Busta alone on the whole fucking beat, because he just kills it. The rest of the song is kinda just subpar compared to his verse. Like, Q-Tip's verse was okay. It was decent. I mean, he could hold his own against Busta. He did the back and forth interplay thing like what Tip does with Fife. But, and I mean, it worked, but this should have been given to Busta. This should have been Busta Rhymes' very first solo song, because goddamn does he murder this. And based solely on his verse and the quality of the beat, I give this one a 7 out of 10. And that's the end of the review, folks. Overall, this album is truly a work of art, and it's clear to see why it's so praised and highly revered. This album was so monumental in bringing jazz into the hip-hop conversation, and A Tribe Called Quest will always be a critical part of not just hip-hop and jazz, but of music as a whole. And with them getting inducted into the Rock Hall this year, even though I still don't know why hip-hop acts are getting into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but another story for another day, overall, the public at large has finally come to that realization as well. I highly recommend this album to everyone, and with that said, I give this album a 9 out of 10. I'd like to take this moment to thank my editor for all his hard work, and to thank you all for your time as well. I sincerely appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed this review. If so, I kindly ask that you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video with anyone whom you feel might be interested in this or in this kind of content. Join me next week as we continue November Jazz Month with a review of Dean Martin's 1953 debut album, Dean Martin Sings. Until then, everyone, I hope you all are enjoying autumn. I hope that everyone has great plans for Thanksgiving, and enjoy the autumn weather. Be safe, take care of yourselves and each other.